I would first like to begin by thanking the board of the Hall of Fame for this honor. I appreciate you selecting me. Next, I'd like to acknowledge the person who allowed all this to happen, my wife of 45 years, Tony. I don't fish much, don't hunt. I own a set of golf clubs, but I don't play but about 10 rounds a year. But football officiating has taken many evenings and weekends away from Tony and the kids for years. They accepted it willingly because they saw how important it was to me. Thank you, Tony and the kids. I also need to acknowledge my high school association and the impact they've had on my career. The Birmingham Football Officials Association, better known as BFOA, has always been there. I have now rejoined them in the twilight of my career. I intend on doing it until I can't anymore. Thank you, BFOA. I didn't enter officiating with a legacy or a family connection. It just happened. And all of us must admit that we never officiated an event by ourselves. We're the product of a shared effort, a village made up of so many others who share a common love for the game. We share the field, study hall, rule book, clinics, and the experiences of officiating. Hopefully we all agree that we are a product of the investment of others. God uniquely blesses us with the ability and talent, skills, health, and the drive to be the best at what we can do. In my story, there are 5 men who made me who I am today. First is my father, Jack Bynes. He instilled in me values that kept me out of trouble. He gave me the sense of right and wrong that has been the foundation of who I've been through all my 69 years. Thank you, Dad. I was fortunate to play football at Alabama during some very good years under Coach Bryant. But I don't owe him my admiration for the 4 SEC titles or the 2 national championships during my years at Alabama. It was something he did after I quit playing football that defined him for me. After I graduated, I applied to several graduate schools. My preference was the UAB School of Healthcare Administration. However, my grade point average didn't qualify me for admission. Coach Bryant did something that I didn't learn about until 20 years later. He intentionally traveled to Birmingham, had dinner with the 2 deans of the school I had applied to. I was admitted because of that meeting. I hope I honored Coach Bryant by finishing 5th in my class. Thank you, Coach Bryant. The next important men in my career were Jim Blackwood and Bobby Gaston. Jim invited me into the Southland Conference when Jack State and Troy were added to the league. Coach Burgess and Coach Larry Blakeney helped me make me a referee. From that experience, Jim recommended me to Bobby. That resulted in a 21-year career in the SEC. Those were some very special years. Thank you, Jim and Bobby. The final person is Dr. James Andrews. My guess is there's not a Dr. Andrews in the story of many people in this Hall of Fame. Excuse my opinion, but Dr. Andrews has been and always will be the greatest orthopedic surgeon of all time. Why a man from Houma, Louisiana, was gifted with the skill, ability, and frankly the luck to become the best ever is entirely remarkable. Before September 11th, I traveled the world with Dr. Andrews, treating kings, emirs, royal family, prime ministers, generals, sports stars, and others around the globe. And where did Dr. Andrews decide to make his home? Birmingham, Alabama. Why did I have the opportunity to go through life with the greatest orthopedic surgeon of all time? It was a God thing. Dr. Andrews used me as his unofficial official for all sports, helping change rules for sports across the world. At one time, I had the rule books of 15 different sports. That was pretty cool stuff. Thank you, Dr. Andrews. There's also a unique group of friends with whom Tony and I have shared our lives. We refer to ourselves as the Bama Bunch. The guys in the Bama Bunch and I played football at Alabama, and the girls are gifts from God, just as Tony is a gift to me. Thank you, Bama Bunch. Tonight, I also get to share this honor with two men with whom I shared the field in the SEC, Andy Britton and Rob Skelton, both a royalty in SEC officiating. Beyond that, I get to share this hall with my very best friend in the football officiating world, a man whom God especially placed in my life at the very beginning of my football officiating career, Mike Shivery. Thank you, Mike. Mike and his brother-in-law, Ronnie Jones, whom we just recently lost, were gifts from God. I also appreciate the BFO greats of Dick Burleson, Steve Shaw, and Steve Newton, and the examples they gave us to follow. It simply doesn't get much better than those men. Thank you for this honor, and to God be the glory. As my grandkids would say, Bird, you done good.